Welcome back to Hidden Car Gems, the channel where we talk about cars that make absolutely no sense. In 1999, Mercedes didn't just show up to Le Mans to compete, they came to dominate. This wasn't just another race entry. This was a statement. A machine engineered to reclaim glory after years away from the top of endurance racing. It was sleek. It was extreme. And on paper, it was nearly perfect. But within a single weekend, that same car would become one of the most infamous machines in motorsport history. Because instead of winning, it did something no one expected. It flew. Not metaphorically, not as a figure of speech. It literally took off at nearly 300 kilometers per hour and flipped through the air like a plane. To understand how something this absurd could happen, you need to understand Le Mans. The 24 hours of Le Mans is not just a race, it's a war of endurance. Cars run flat out for 24 hours straight. Drivers push to the limit. In daylight, darkness, and everything in between. And unlike Formula One, this track does not forgive mistakes. Long straights stretch for kilometers. Cars hit speeds of over 350 kilometers per hour, and they stay there for long periods. Which means one thing: aerodynamics is not just about performance, it's about survival. Because at those speeds, air becomes force. And if that force turns against you, you do not spin, you do not slide, you take off. Mercedes knew all of this, and in 1999, they built a car specifically for this battlefield. The Mercedes-Benz CLR, a purpose-built endurance prototype designed to be faster than anything they had ever created before. Under the body sat a naturally aspirated V8 engine, around 600 horsepower. Not insane by modern standards, but in a car weighing just 900 kilograms, it was more than enough. But raw power was not the focus. Speed at Le Mans does not come from horsepower alone. It comes from efficiency. So Mercedes chased one thing above everything else: low drag. The CLR was designed to slice through the air. A long, narrow body, minimal frontal area, and incredibly smooth surfaces. Everything about it screamed one thing: top speed. Because every kilometer per hour gained on the straight was free lap time, and at Le Mans, that is everything. But there was a problem so subtle, it didn't show up immediately. When engineers chase low drag, they often sacrifice something else: downforce. Downforce is what keeps a race car glued to the track. It's what allows drivers to take corners flat out. It's what makes a car feel stable. And most importantly, it's what keeps the car from becoming airborne. The CLR had downforce, but not where it mattered most. The rear of the car was stable, planted, controlled. But the front was different. The front was light. At lower speeds, this wasn't obvious. The car felt fine, fast, competitive. But as speeds climbed higher, drivers started noticing something strange. The steering felt vague. The nose felt nervous. Over bumps, the car didn't settle. It floated, just slightly. But at 300 kilometers per hour, slightly is all it takes. Then came qualifying. Driver, Mark Webber, young, fast, fearless. He pushes the CLR down the straight, flat out, engine screaming, closing in on another car ahead, and as he enters the slipstream, everything changes. The airflow around the car becomes unstable, turbulent, dirty. And at that exact moment, the front lifts. Just a fraction, but that's enough. Air rushes underneath the car. Pressure builds, and suddenly, the CLR is no longer a car. It is a wing. The nose rises higher. The rear follows, and in a split second, the entire car leaves the ground. It flips, backward, violently, at full speed, before crashing back onto the track. Weber survives, miraculously. The team is shocked, But racing teams don't think in fear. They think in data. And the data suggests this was a freak event. Slipstream. Track bump. Unlucky combination. So they rebuild the car and move on. The next day, it happens again. Same driver. Same car. Same section of track. But this time, it's worse. The car goes higher, further, more violent. And now, there is no doubt. This is not random. This is a design flaw. At this point, most teams would stop, park the car, and walk away. But this is Le Mans, and Mercedes came here to win. So instead of withdrawing, they adapt. They tweak the setup, add more front downforce. They warn drivers not to follow too closely and to stay out of the slipstream, because that is where it becomes dangerous. And somehow, they convince themselves it is under control. Race day arrives. Crowds packed along the circuit. Millions watching worldwide. 2 CLRs still running. Everything on the line. And for a while, it works. The cars are fast, competitive, right in the fight, until lap 75. The driver was Peter Dumbreck, flat out, chasing a Toyota, closing the gap. The speed builds. He approaches a slight crest in the track, barely noticeable, the kind of bump drivers take flat without thinking. But combined with the airflow, combined with the design, it is enough. The front lifts. Again. But this time, there is no recovery, no warning, no second chance. The CLR launches, fully airborne, rising higher and higher and higher, over 15 meters into the air, completely detached from the ground. Spinning, flipping, through the sky. For a moment, it looks like it might clear the track entirely. And then, it disappears into the trees. Silence. No one knows if he's alive. No one knows what just happened. Because this is not a crash, this is something else. This is physics breaking in real time. And then, confirmation comes. Dumbreck survived. No serious injuries. Unbelievable. That was enough. Mercedes immediately withdraws from the race. No debate, no hesitation, they are done. But the real story is not just the crashes. It is why they happened. Because the CLR did not fail randomly, it failed predictably. The car's design created a dangerous imbalance. Rear downforce pushed the back of the car into the track. But the front did not have enough force to match it. So at high speeds, the car was effectively pivoting. The rear stuck down. The front wanted to rise. Now at a bump, or a crest, or turbulent air from another car. And suddenly, the angle of the car changes just enough for air to get underneath. And once air gets under a flat surface at 300 kilometers per hour, it does not just pass through. It lifts, violently. The CLR became a wing, a badly controlled one. And once it reached that point, there was nothing the driver could do. No steering input, no braking, nothing. Because you cannot control a car that is no longer touching the ground. What makes this even more insane is that this was not entirely new. Similar incidents had happened before. Other prototypes had lifted, flipped, even gone airborne. But never like this. Never 3 times. Never this dramatic. The CLR pushed the limits too far. It chased speed and ignored stability. In doing so, it exposed something terrifying. At extreme speeds, a race car is always one mistake away from becoming an aircraft. After 1999, everything changed. Rules were adjusted, design philosophies shifted, cars became safer, more stable, more predictable. And Mercedes? They did not return to Le Mans for over 20 years. This was not just a loss. It was a warning. A moment that forced the entire motorsport world to rethink how far is too far. Today we look back at the CLR as one of the most shocking machines ever built. Not because it was slow, not because it was unreliable, but because it was too extreme, too optimized, too close to the edge. In the pursuit of perfection, Mercedes created a car that broke the rules of racing, and for a brief moment, broke the rules of physics. Sometimes the most dangerous cars are not the ones that crash. They are the ones that almost fly. If you enjoy stories like this, make sure to subscribe. This channel is all about cars that should never have existed, but somehow did.